Welcome to the network segmentation lesson. Click Next to get started. After completing this lesson, you'll be able to achieve these objectives. Define network segmentation. Describe how network segmentation works. Explain how network segments are securely managed. List the benefits of network segmentation. Network segmentation divides a network into smaller, isolated segments. This allows IT managers to better control and protect a large network from breaches or malfunctions. Compare network segmentation to a submarine. The different compartments in a submarine are isolated from one another, so if one becomes flooded, the others remain safe and dry. In a network, devices and applications with similar functions are grouped together for easier management. For example, an HR subnetwork operates separately from a sales subnetwork. This avoids confidential information leaking from one group to another. Another example of segmentation involves servers that are accessed from the internet. A company may need some servers on their network to be available to the internet, but not want to expose the rest of their network. In this case, the servers that you want to be accessible from the internet are placed in a demilitarized zone, DMZ, separated from the rest of the internal network. Therefore, users on the internet can access these servers without gaining access to the rest of the network. The traffic moving in and out of the DMZ is classified as north-south traffic. The DMZ can be compartmentalized even further through microsegmentation. When microsegmentation is used, each resource, hosts, users, applications, and so on, is uniquely identified and protected. This identification and protection is achieved through zero trust. The traffic that moves across a specific data center or cloud network is called east-west traffic. Click the underlined terms for more information. A network can be segmented into physical or logical segments. Physical segmentation uses firewalls and hardware like routers and switches to break networks down into multiple physical sections or subnets. Logical segmentation breaks networks into smaller, more manageable sections, and often does not require an organization to invest in new hardware or wiring. These different methods of segmentation are performed at the various levels of the OSI model. At the data link layer, a logical segmentation approach is deployed using virtual local area networks, VLANs. VLANs provide a way for groups of devices to communicate with one another through switches, as if they were on the same wire. Physical segmentation occurs at the network layer, and a larger internal network is split into subnetworks. The data flow between the different subnets is limited and controlled through firewall policies, access control lists, ACLs, and routers. A software-defined wide area network, SD-WAN, is implemented at the application layer. With an SD-WAN, the physical network, also known as an underlay network, applies an overlay network. The overlay network includes tunnel-encrypted virtual paths. Click the underlined terms for more information. One way to securely access segmented networks is to use a jump box. A jump box is a device with enhanced access control and limited authorization that acts as a proxy to the devices in the internal segment. A jump box also has additional monitoring and logging to alert the IT manager if it's been compromised. Another method of accessing network segments is a bastion host. A bastion host is a server or computer whose purpose is to provide access to a private network from an external network. It's configured to withstand attacks while allowing the users to access subnets through just one application. An example of this is a secured HTML connection. The bastion host provides secure SSH and RDP connects to the internal network segment. Network segmentation provides the following benefits. Network management configuration is made easier. For example, an IT manager can configure the same parameters for a small subnetwork. Network broadcasts are reduced. This is due to the fact that broadcasts are contained within their corresponding subnets. Network congestion is minimized. Traffic flow in one segment does not affect the traffic flow in the rest of the network. Attacks are limited to a specific segment. Much like network congestion, an attack in one segment is isolated from the rest of the network. Vulnerable devices are given greater protection. If a vulnerable device is segmented in the internal network, it can be better protected. Compliance affects a smaller scope, limiting the corresponding costs. You have completed this lesson. You are now able to define network segmentation. Describe how network segmentation works. Explain how network segments are securely managed. List the benefits of network segmentation.